The power dynamics of the One Piece world have just completely been flipped on its head. With the official release of chapter 1053, we finally know how the government has assessed the events that happened during the raid on Onigashima on Wano. Big News Morgan and the 𝙻𝚎𝚐𝚐𝚐 have sat down, cranked the numbers, and updated a whole number of bounties for everyone involved in that battle. The three captains, Luffy, Law, and Kid, all have received a massive increase to their wanted posters, each of them now sitting at a staggering 3 billion berry bounty, which at first might seem a bit low given that both Big Mom and Kaido had bounties well over 4 billion, but remember that Blackbeard's bounty is only 2.2. So in other words, all three of them just overtook the possibly most dangerous pirate on the planet. Also, it of course follows the really nice pattern of 3 that Luffy has followed throughout the story: 30, 300, and now 3 billion berries. Even if you expected just a bit more, I just want you to appreciate that Luffy and co now have the 4th highest known bounty in the entire story, given that Kaido and Big Mom presumably don't have a bounty anymore, because they did fall into a volcano and apparently, well, that's just that. So now we have 3 members of the worst generation that was looked upon as just a group of rookies only 2 years earlier, throning at the peak of the One Piece world. And yet somehow, even more shockingly, the 𝙻𝚎𝚐𝚐 have also identified the 2 official replacements for both Kaido and Big Mom for the title of the 4 most powerful pirates in all of One Piece, the Yonko. The last remaining member of the original 4 now is Shanks, who with his 4 billion berry bounty is now officially the most wanted pirate in the world, probably only topped by the head of the Revolutionary Army, Monkey D. Dragon. It's not really like we need any more intrigue for Shanks, I think. He's already the one character in the story every single fan, including me, is just dying to learn more about finally. But it definitely helps to push the mystery, I guess. And funnily enough, all 4 current Yonko either are Shanks or have a personal connection to Shanks for some reason. The next in line is Blackbeard, who has been an emperor since the Marineford War and who tirelessly keeps increasing his power and influence in the New World. Blackbeard, without any doubt, has been built up as one of the major final antagonists, if not the major final antagonist, that Luffy will have to face to actually reach his goal and become Pirate King. We have seen surprisingly little of his actual abilities, but just the little we know about him and his crew is already enough to let us know what an incredibly powerful enemy he will be for Luffy and the other Straw Hats. Blackbeard did rise into the ranks of the Yonko after taking out Whitebeard at Marineford and literally taking his place, which is absolutely ironic and kind of hilarious, I think, because that was literally Buggy's idea when he was escaping Impel Down together with Luffy and the other level 6 prisoners, as you can see in this panel here. He literally talks about becoming an emperor and then Pirate King here. Like, what? And so, for some reason, what seemed like a gag moment for his character has now, for whatever reason, actually turned out to be true. Still trying to get over this, and honestly, it will probably take a while to get used to Buggy the Clown being an emperor of the seas. Holy moly. However, in retrospect, when we look at the great scheme of things, it does truly feel like Eiichiro Oda, the author of One Piece, was working towards this for a while now. Ever since Impel Down, Buggy has been constantly getting more and more influence and recognition by pure accident, really. Recruiting some of the most powerful and notorious pirates to his cause, and even rising into the ranks of the warlords. Now, of course, you could joke that Buggy might have been doing all of this on purpose all along, and it wasn't luck at all. And honestly, at this point, I guess this is a real possibility given the circumstances. We don't really know how he got into the position or how high his bounty is now, but there are a ton of interesting possibilities I have floating around my head, and I will definitely dedicate an entire video to Emperor Buggy in the coming weeks. So make sure to subscribe if you want to see that. You'll also help me increase my own bounty by 100 berries by subscribing, which is super important because we might might not know Buggy's bounty yet, but we know that this slime ball here, Treble, has 99 million berries, and I'm only at 60 million, so let's go and beat Treble together. The fourth emperor, on the other hand, has a bounty so high now that I will never be able to catch up in my wildest dreams. Luffy had unofficially been named the 5th Emperor of the Sea by Big News Morgan after escaping Whole Cake Island and defeating Katakuri. And now, after not only having beaten Kaido, the world's strongest creature by the way, but also having awakened a mythical zone devil fruit the world government has been fearing for 800 years, it's really no big surprise that he's officially been named Yonko and thus has reached the last step before becoming King of the Pirates. On top of all this, we have just witnessed Green Bull's terrifying abilities, who is said to be on the same level as Fujitora. The Marines clearly have made up for the loss of Aokiji and Sengoku recently. And of course, we still haven't seen the result of the SSG, the Special Science Group, in case you forgot, led by Dr. Vegapunk, that the Marines seem fairly confident that it's able to replace the former Warlord system. So it must be truly terrifying indeed. And so as a result, in the span of just a few weeks in the story, the entire world order has been fundamentally changed. I mean, it really used to be relatively stable, a balance between the 4 emperors, all careful not to mess with each other, the 7 warlords, who were strong pirates aligned with the government, as well as the Marines and its admirals. However, over the course of Wano, the warlord system has been abolished, 2 of the Yonko have fallen and been replaced, and the Revolutionary Army has successfully infiltrated the Holy Land of Marijoa during the Reverie. We have learned about a secret true ruler of the world, Imu, who controls the entire world government. We have seen Shanks talk to the Gorosei and have witnessed Luffy's immensely powerful awakening and the return of Joy Boy and the Drums of Liberation. And so I think it's pretty fair to say that the One Piece world now and the One Piece world at the beginning of the story are fundamentally different indeed. Gone is the stability of Whitebeard's era. The government is building military force like never before, the revolutionaries have begun to openly attack the Celestial Dragons, Blackbeard has broken all the rules of devil fruit use and power balance, and Luffy, who used to be an upcoming small fry in a giant world filled with powerful people, is now one of the handful of selected people in the world powerful enough to shape the future of the entire planet and all of its inhabitants. Dude, no wonder that One Piece is about to move into its final saga if I look at it from this perspective. Oh, and now there's of course also Buggy, the biggest wildcard of them all that now it seems will be playing a much more central role during the ending of One Piece than we all originally expected him to. I think while it's really easy to focus on Luffy's growth, and don't get me wrong, saying it was rapid would be the understatement of the century, we should still not forget that all other players in the endgame here have been getting stronger and more influential as well. Blackbeard just keeps collecting more and more powerful devil fruits and crew members. Shanks is doing his super secret Mission Impossible hidden plan behind the scenes, and the government and the Marines seem even more well equipped and all powerful than ever before, really. Chapter 1053 also hinted at the reveal of Pluton, that apparently is located in Wano, something Robin has known all along but somehow decided not to share with the rest of us. Thanks for nothing, Robin. Well, whether Pluton will turn out to be an actual weapon, ship, or whatever, or simply Momonosuke, the heir of the Kozuki clan, similar to how, Shirahoshi is Poseidon, once the ancient weapons unleash their true powers, they will just add to the already over-boiling pot of fast approaching conflict brewing all over the New World right now. In a really ironic way, the New World Order in One Piece doesn't really deserve its name when you think about it, because all individuals involved, Blackbeard, Buggy, Luffy, Kid Law, and even some people like Green Bull, they're all people who seem to bring about the exact opposite of order. This entire new system is more a world of chaos that is ready to be fundamentally changed changed so that pirates and marines and Yonkos will not even be a real thing anymore. Honestly, I think we've already entered the phase now where Luffy will be able to change the world, bring the dawn, and create a place where everyone is free to be who they are and do what they want to do and just, you know, live a happy and safe life. After all, we now know that this is Luffy's actual dream, becoming Pirate King so he can create this free world for his friends. We do not know, however, what everyone else wants. Imo and the Gorosei, I guess, want to just stay in power, and Buggy presumably still just wants to find a massive pile of gold, but we don't know, for example, what Blackbeard really wants, or Shanks, or Kid, or many of the admirals. Heck, we don't even know what Dragon's ultimate goal is with the entire revolutionary army. So all of this really seems to be a massive setup for some of the best fights and meetings we have seen in all of One Piece so far. The one I personally look forward to the most is actually that between Luffy and Blackbeard for obvious reasons. But there are a number of other meetings that are basically guaranteed to happen as well. Oda-sensei has actually come up with an ingenious technique to foreshadow big battles and unresolved conflicts in the story in the most unusual way ever by giving characters their iconic scars. So if you want to find out what Luffy and co scars predict for the future of One Piece, you should really watch this video right here.